Thank you, Charlie. My credit card's in my pocket, so I zipped it up. Please don't take it if it falls out. When I first saw Greta Thunberg, I was 12 years old, and I got a boner. But it wasn't because of her in particular. Like, she's a beautiful lady, of course, but I was 12 and I always had a boner. And it was a happier time. When I was 12, it was 2019, which is like a while ago now. And in 2019, I didn't eat raw food. This is to say some people today don't eat raw food. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, it's because actually one of my older female relatives just refuses to eat sushi, like no matter what, no matter how good it is. I think it's because she's racist, not because she doesn't like raw food, but I still love her though. The thing though is I don't understand other people who, maybe they're not racist or something like that, who also, don't like raw food. I mean, there's no way you're gonna turn down like this perfectly marinated tuna steak with mangoes and avocados and all the fixings to eat like blackened beans on toast with boiled cabbage or whatever they eat in England. Anyways, speaking of foreigner aliens from England, there's a lot of Americans and French at McGill and English too. And I'm not racist, I'm friends with some of them, but if I'm being honest, like, you can't fully trust them. And what's worse is that they're actually taking all the jobs. If I was an employer, not that I am, but, we pray one day maybe, I would not hire the person from Cornwall, Ontario over a hot French person. Anyway, speaking of places like Cornwall, Ontario, there's not much to speak of, but the people in those places, they claim these places as if they're like really special and unique. Like, come on, like every single small to medium-sized to even like large-sized town in North America all looks the same. You get off the highway, there's like McDonald's, Arby's, KFC/Taco Bell, really special, gas station 1, gas station 2, maybe like an empty lot, 3 more gas stations, and then a grocery store. And if it's really, really nice, maybe they have a Panera Bread or something. That's probably the best they have. And the thing about these towns, they have something that I like to call performative ruralism, as in they think they're like all country and stuff, but they're not. They live in just an extended suburb and, all work office jobs, but they wear cowboy hats and they have cowboy boots and they drive pickup trucks and they listen to Morgan Wallen and they cheer when he says the N-word. And, they might be racist, but they are not country, because these places, I've been in McDonald's in Cornwall. There's a higher crackheads per capita ratio there than in Montreal. Anyways, I didn't grow up in Cornwall, thank God. I grew up in Toronto. Awesome, great place. And at my high school in Toronto, there was this one kid. He was a little bit smaller. He was maybe like 4'11", 180 pounds, not to body shame, but he had a hard time fitting in. He didn't really pick up on social cues. But one thing he did to fit in with other people is he would like sneak you into concerts or sporting events and whatnot, and he was quite good at it. And I remember one time it was him, me, and this other guy who was like a bit taller, more athletic, that he really wanted to be friends with. And this will come into play later, trust me. And he wanted to get us into this event for Canada Soccer because it was the time where they were picking which cities would host the World Cup. And so it was at this restaurant downtown somewhere. And the way he was planning to get us in was to tell them that we were all members of the Canadian Youth National Soccer Team. And like, look at me, I'm not, soccer players come in all shapes and sizes, but I'm not that much of an athlete. And he's like here and here. And our other friend kind of did some heavy lifting for us, but it still didn't look so great. So I was like, are you sure about this? And he's like, yeah, it'll work. Trust me, bro. So we get there, and the security guard is like, are you sure you're members of this team? And we're like, yeah, like totally, like kick, score, all that, right? So he looks at our friend who's like a bit taller, more athletic. He's like, you can go in. And then he turns to us and he's like, guys, like, what position do you play? And we're like, all of them. All the good ones. But anyways, all this is to say that I saw the short one 2 weeks ago, and he was like 6'3" and muscular. So I asked him, why do you look like this? And I look like this still. And he said, I've just been eating a lot of raw food. Thank you, everyone.